everyone, and welcome to StrathWorldwide with me, Mr. Glancy. Wherever you happen to be joining us from today, I really hope that everyone is safe and well. Now, in today's lesson, we are going to be creating a series of timed line drawings. If you pause the video briefly and click the link in the description, it will take you to the Strathallan Art Department website where you can access the task sheet for today's lesson and, crucially, the objects list. Right, I found it. Do I have to draw all 45? It's a good question. Ask someone at home to select 4 random numbers between 1 and 45. Have a look at what you get on the objects list and start resourcing. Okay, can I go for 3, 10, 22 and 37? Okay, let's see what we landed on. The objects I will be working from today are a shoe, a wooden object, a tin or a jar, and a games controller. Let's do a checklist. What you need for today's lesson: 3 sheets of paper, a fine line pen, biro pen or a pencil, and your chosen objects. Divide 2 of the sheets of paper in half. Keep 3 of the pieces for today's lesson and you can discard the 4th. We're going to start today's task by completing 3 timed exercises. What on earth are you doing? Getting myself warmed up. We're meant to be drawing, not going for a 5k. What you will need to do is set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes. If you don't have your phone handy, you can use a nearby clock. For this first drawing, you will be using your opposite hand. That is the hand you don't write with. This can be very challenging, so do your best and try not to give up. And start. Take your time, as this is difficult. Try to use flowing lines instead of lots of small marks. No shading, as it's simply a line drawing. And stop. Oh, well done. Please can you label your work? Write down 5-minute study, drawing with opposite hand. What I'd like you to do now is reset the timer on your phone back to 5 minutes. For this line drawing, you can use your writing hand, but you are not allowed to glance down at your paper. You must keep your eyes focused on your object at all times. This is extremely challenging, so be patient and stay focused. And start. Keep your eyes on the object. I am. Just checking. Stopping your eyes from glancing down at your paper is extremely challenging. Take your time, as this helps. Observe your object closely and let your hand do the rest. And stop. Oh, well done. That was tough. Please can you label your work? Write down 5-minute study, not allowed to look at the paper. What I would like you to do now is reset the timer on your phone. For this line drawing, you can use your writing hand, but the object will not be in front of you. What I'd like you to do is take 1 minute before you start to observe your object from every possible angle. This challenge tests your memory and observation skills. Before you begin, set the object aside, out of sight, and then you can start the timer. And start. You will probably find this an easier study to complete, but what details have you remembered or forgotten? This challenge really tests your observational skills. And stop. Oh, good work, really well done. Remember to label your work. Write down 5-minute study without looking at the object. Now time for our final task. This one is a longer, more sustained study, so you should set your timer to at least 10 minutes. We're going to be using continuous line. What does continuous line mean? Good question. A continuous line drawing means you don't lift your hand off the paper throughout the duration of the timed study. Take your time and observe every little detail, using as much description as possible. You have at least 10 minutes, so this piece of work should be completed on the larger piece of paper. And for the last time, start. Remember, you can't lift your hand off the paper. If you need a rest, hold your pen or pencil still for a second or two and then continue. As you can't lift your pen or pencil off the paper, you will need to use connecting lines to get to different parts of your drawing. This is normal and very common with continuous line studies. And stop. Well done, you did it. Add a final label to this piece, writing 15-minute continuous line drawing. Bring all of your pieces of work together and take a photograph. Well, how did you find that? Piece of cake. Piece of cake? I thought that was pretty challenging. Not for me. Speedy is my middle name. Speedy? Well, let's see how fast you can make me a cup of tea. Done. How did you do that? I told you I was fast. But where's the milk? Show off. Once you've completed today's task, simply take a photograph of your work and upload it to me via Firefly. Some examples of work that you've created today will feature in next week's video. All there is for me to do is say, stay safe and see you soon.